Okay, I guess we're going live. And if you're on here yet, Crystal, it had said something about moderators, but it was like learn more. So welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. See, learn more. We're already live. They show this stuff ahead of time. So I don't even know. How do I see like the conversations? Chat filter. Oh, community moderation. On. Nope, on. Okay. So let me see if I can figure out channel to add as moderator. Managing moderator, yeah. So does that work? Maybe it's just gonna be me and you, Crystal. We can text or we can talk. We'll just go live and talk. Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Crystal? Maybe I don't have the. Okay. Okay, good. Because I was like, oh, maybe I didn't push all the buttons. I don't know. I don't know why this is like more nerve wracking. Because every day I do this, but it's like more nerve wracking to go live. And I've done some lives before, and Stella's snoring her head off in the background. But anyways, maybe it'll just be me and you talking today. I don't know. So, but I did have something that I wanted to talk about. So, it was that other day when I was talking about that movie that I watched, and it was that weird in the okay, you can hear me. Um so in that movie where I was talking about that whole thing with the moon and the moon and the dwarf star, the dwarf, I think it was called a dwarf star, and it was showing this the moon was changing its gravitational pull, but I don't believe in gravity in the same way that they tell us. I think that they lie to us a lot on science. But the okay, yeah, so, anyways, the so in this movie, I talked about that they had this. It was a couple of scenes. It wasn't just one, but that they all of a sudden the way that it was pulling, it created this electromagnetic force or force field or something where it disrupted what holds us to the ground. And so everybody started floating, cars started floating, buildings didn't float, and like trees didn't start floating and stuff like that, but cars, people, dogs, everything just starts floating up into the air. And then it does it for a few seconds, and then when it goes back, everything crashes. It doesn't like take you gently back down as you go up. It and then it stops. It slams you back to the ground. And so when everything slams back to the ground, like you can have cars above you coming down on top of you. It's like scary. And so now I'm totally weirded out because the other day I had said about that I had seen that girl, and she said that she was doing that video, and she's like, everybody knows that we're about to have this um everybody keeps calling it a gravity problem, some problem with the gravity, and everybody's going to float up in the sky. And so on her video, all those people were like, oh, saying a whole bunch of stuff. And people are like, oh, like the rapture and stuff like that. And I told her, I said, well, I just watched a movie that showed this. And so she wanted to watch the movie. She never did say anything back. But now I have been seeing so many videos talking about it. So and it's being talked about all over the place on I don't know, I saw a podcast and they were going through the list. It's like all these people are talking about this because the NASA, they told their scientists said that they gave the date and everything on August 12th at 7:35 Pacific time. So I already add up 6:30 for me. And but would I necessarily be in bed asleep? I don't know, because a lot of times I mean, if sleep until 6:30, that would be kind of wacky. I'm usually up between 3, 4, 5, sleep until 6. That just sounds like crazy. So, anyways, but they said so on August 12th at 3 or 6, 7:37. What did I say? 7:55. I put it in my calendar. I'm like totally freaked about this, man, because I watched it in this movie. So, and it's spooky. And even today, after I had seen this, I started thinking like, oh my God, this is like knowing the day you're going to die or something, because they said 40 million people die from this. This is 40 million people. And so they said that the so it starts being it's only lasts 7 seconds, but all the people start floating up, everything starts floating up, and then they go up to whatever height, and then they all start dropping, which I saw in the movies. Like, fuck. And when you're falling, it's like falling off a building. And so I had said the other day, best case scenario, you're in the house and you only float up to the ceiling, because you're not going to float out of the ceiling, you're just going to hit into the ceiling. And even the scientists said the best case is to be in a room with a low ceiling. So, but I was thinking, if they actually told us stuff that we could prepare, like we could get things that like buckled us down. I mean, you're talking about 7 fucking seconds and 40 million people. It's like, oh my God. And so, anyways, I saw a podcast talking about this morning, and they were talking about all these different people. Then I saw another video talking about it. I guess it was on The Simpsons or something. And they showed that this is going to happen. So now it's like, oh my God, we've always got all of these things that we've got to face that are coming. It's like, oh my God, and this one is spooky. It is spooky. It doesn't sound like too crazy. Like, oh, we float up in the air. That would be kind of fun. No, because it doesn't last and you fall. It's like, that doesn't sound fun at all. And so I was thinking, okay, well, I put it into my calendar. I think I'll probably put it, but I mean, they're so bad with dates and time. They can't even fucking keep straight the weather and shit. Like, so what if it's the day before, the day after? What if we all put our guard down? And it's like, we all need to be buckled in. And somebody was like, okay, so you just stay holding onto your chair. Well, you go up and then you slam down in your chair. That's like, I don't know. The thing in the movie where I saw is if you're outside, which they were saying it's going to be like 10:30 in the morning, and it's on a Wednesday, and it's going to be like 10:30 in the morning on the East Coast. So people are going to be scurrying through New York, all of those different places, Chicago, all of those big cities, and they'll be outside. And then all those cars, man, all those taxis, buses, and all that shit. And so they all start floating up, and then they start slamming down. And that right there would be a lot of people, and they don't have any trees to grab onto, because in the movie they were grabbing onto trees and holding on. And oh, what's the movie called? It's called I shared the link the day that I was talking about it, but it seems like it was like a week ago. I'll have to look it up again. It was something about the moon. It was like the moon fires back, the moon gets even, something like that. So I'll have to look and see what it was. Oh my God. I was thinking, okay, well, if I was in here and it started floating up and hit into the ceiling, and this is 7 seconds. So you're kind of up against the ceiling, which with the dogs and stuff. So everybody's up against the ceiling. And when you count, like 1001, 1002, 1003, 1000, because in that thing they were saying in this podcast, they were saying the scientists have said that in the first 2 seconds everybody starts floating up, but in the next 2 seconds people start going really high. It's like, shit. And then And it's like the last second is when everybody falls. And but the projection, 40 million people, like what? That is intense, man. So I was thinking, it seems like the best thing would be like if you were floating over your bed, and then but is your bed gonna float? Like, is your bed, because it's not grounded into something. So I mean, and it's not as heavy as a car. So your furniture, everything would start just floating up to the ceiling. You'd be up at the ceiling like "Rrr," with everything around you, all your chairs. It seems like the best thing would be like a low room with nothing in it. So, but for the people outside, when you start floating, the thing in the movie was grabbing onto trees. So if you can grab onto a tree, because being in the cars were floating up with people in them, so that didn't even make a difference. And so let's see, the fires of the moon. No, it was something about the moon getting even. Talking about well, I had seen a movie a couple weeks ago, and the movie was freaky, and I talked about this situation that was in the movie with all the people floating, because how the movie starts is all this crazy stuff with flooding and all this crazy stuff happened on the planet, just like what's happening now. And so, and then the way they put in the people floating, I was like, why would they stick this in there? Like, it sure seems like it's like a warning or something, and it was creepy. And so I talked about it on, my regular morning broadcast or whatever. And so then after that, like a couple days ago, I saw someone else talking about that. And her video was like, I guess you guys all know that this is going to happen. And all the people were like, oh, making fun, like, oh, that's ridiculous and stuff. But I was like, I just saw that movie. I was like, and it was scary as shit. And so then she wanted to see the movie. And so then today I saw a podcast on TikTok. It was a clip of some podcasters. It was three guys talking about that this is a big thing that's going around, and it's like on Reddit. It's on I don't even know all of the different things they were saying, but it's a big conversation going all over the place about this 7 seconds. And it's the NASA who said that this was going to happen. It was their scientists, and they said that it's going to happen on August 12th at 7:35 Pacific time. And so I was freaked about it. It was like, oh my God, because they gave a time. Like, it wasn't just some girl saying, like, this is a conversation that's going around in the the conspiracy subculture. I don't know what we're called, but so it's all these people who are talking about it, and it's not going mainstream. And then some of those podcasters were like, well, it's because people get so scared. But when there's scientists are saying that it's going to wipe out 40 million people, and how bad it's going to be when the people start floating, it's going to last 7 seconds. But then after that, so I'd already seen that podcast. Then I saw another video talking about it, and they said it was on The Simpsons. So I've seen several videos now this morning talking about it. And so it is becoming more talked about whatever this thing is. And my thing is like, how do we know even on the date and time, because they're not very good on dates and time. So it's like, oh my God, I don't know. See, maybe it is something that they do with Collider or something. Maybe they have a plan. Like, I don't know. But I think that was the podcasters, and they were talking about that what we're always hearing, that the rich people are preparing and their bunkers and creating places underground so that they won't float up and be, smacked with the rest of us all down onto the ground. So I don't know. I mean, and now it seems like, fuck, August is kind of close, but it totally was giving me that feeling of like, would you want to know the day that you're going to die? I used to think about that when I was a kid. I used to think, What would you like if somebody told you the day you were going to die? What would you do? Would you be able to just be like, well, today's the day, I'm just going to go out and whatever? Or would you like fall apart and kind of panic? And so now for them to say about that, if it's even real, you know I mean, I don't know, because they've said a lot of things and they don't always go on the day that they say. But it was the whole thing was how it went, seeing it in the movie and just thinking, well, that's kind of weird. Why would they show this in a movie? Seems like they know something. And then all of a sudden hearing all these people talking about it, it's like, oh God, that's not good. It's not good. And but it's something electromagnetic, like something like crosses, like what is it? Because I don't really believe in gravity and like how they tell us, but there's definitely some pull that keeps us here. We're not all floating off. Or is it electromagnetic thing that starts pulling us and then lets go of us? Like, I don't know. In the movie, were you looking for it, Crystal? Yeah, yeah, it was. I was 3 hour movie. And I was like, I couldn't stop. And then I was totally creeped out because it was all this weird stuff going on out in the sky behind it, behind the TV. And I was like, oh God, it's so creepy. But I watched the whole 3 hours. But it's something with this electromagnetic pull. And so if it is something that starts pulling us all and then drops us all, so which that could be the thing that happens instead of it just being the gravity lets go of us and then the gravity comes back. Because there's something weird about gravity, you know? Hi. Um, I really think the world we're playing with, the evil is. Yeah, it could have something to do with that because I mean they are trying to, it's the same thing as like them trying to, like how Hillary was like, oh well, we keep trying to bust through that glass ceiling. And it's like you can't bust through the firmament. You have to, it's your vibration. That's why it's going to dissolve or fall apart or break down. And maybe and if it were something like that, if it was like all of us raising our vibration and it busting off this firmament thing all of a sudden, then the the force field, like that would change kind of a magnetic pull or something. But that's the thing with there's these scientists and stuff, they're always trying to mess with that. They're trying to create wormholes and stuff, and it's like, dude, you just got to raise your vibration to be able to travel around, and there's portals all around us. But they want to, who knows what the hell they're trying to, it's to me it's like that's the side of science that has no comprehension of the real spiritual world out there, what it takes to be able to move around. And it is what it takes to be able to move around is the acceptance of where you're going. Like you can't be going somewhere and taking your negative energy. And that's the thing about a lot of these people who run this place. They're all such like controlling, like they represent like the evil forces. And so, yeah, I do think that it could very well have something to do with that. It could very well be something to do with science. It could be, like that's a day that they're going to do something, but it could be a natural consequence of us all coming together and raising our vibration, and then it taking away the force field that we are kind of held under to contain the low vibration of this place. So I don't know. And out of 40 million people, because it would be everywhere too. It wouldn't just be like the United States. We're gonna float. It's like everybody would float up. So I guess if you really think about 40 million people out of all of the billions, that's not really a ton, but it sounds like a lot. But the but still, it would be, you would think like all of these people falling down from the sky, the hospitals would be really full. People would be really getting hurt, especially if things were falling on you. And who knows, a thing, like floating. What was that? That was some kind of thing, like which would float. Uh, so I don't know, like if you're falling and a car's falling, you're gonna fall way faster. Is the car gonna fall way faster and you're gonna fall in the car, or is the car gonna fall on you? It would be better to fall on the car, I think, than to have the car fall on you. I think that would be worse, have the car fall on you. But, who knows? Um, but anyways, but I can't remember the name of that movie. But now I'm totally creeped out about that. 'Cause it's just like, oh God. Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, if everybody goes and watches that movie and then see, like, if it creeps you out, but it totally creeped me out. Especially, because, when you're first watching it, you're just thinking, okay, well, it's a movie, but it's still kind of weird that they're showing all of this stuff that is happening that's really happening. And then they're throwing this in that we're all going to start floating up in the air. And when they did float, though, it was specific areas. It was in the movie. It has to do with the moon being pulled in closer or something with electromagnetic force, and then everybody starts not being able to hold on to the ground and starts going up, and then as the moon pulls away from there, they all fall. So it's only where the moon is, but I don't know about this thing. So I don't know. I can't find the moon. It is something like the moon gets revenge, or revenge of the moon, or something like that. And it is on YouTube because that's where I watched it. So I don't know for sure what the name of it is though, but I can find it again and I can share it in the link. I did share it the other day in the link thing. So anyways, yeah, I don't know. It's just creepy to me. The whole thing's creepy. Last year, the people in charge of the quieter was scared really bad and shut it down. Yeah, I've heard that they have pulled some stuff in. That there's been some stuff, and I also heard um, this guy was he was calling himself a whistleblower, and he was saying that he was like a construction guy on a base or something, and it wasn't just like a regular base. It was something where they were doing something, and he said that they had one there too. I bet you that they have more of these colliders than what they're letting on. So I think that because this guy said that they heard it start going and something happened. But yeah, they're messing with stuff like I don't know. It's weird. It's weird the stuff they mess with, you know? I mean, it's weird that they try and put, people together with animals and stuff. It's like they do a lot of weird stuff. They are like mad scientists. They are way different than most of us common folk. Like most of us have no desire to do all this weird stuff. We just want to live a nice, peaceful life and have some fun. And they want to, you know, see what happens if you put a dog mixed with a human. If you put um, they've got so many weird things. I've seen so many videos too where people keep showing weird animals around. And then right now, supposedly, there's all these monkeys running loose all over like Pittsburgh or something, and they don't know where they came from. I was like, well, I would think they probably, they're closing down labs and they're just sending them out in the streets or something. I don't know. So it's I don't know. It's kind of creepy, but I don't know if all of the people are becoming more aware of the manipulation, that the scientists and what they do, that they're testing, even their animal stuff and everything, that's kind of dangerous, man. And then especially when they're trying to like put weird things together. It's like, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to mix like a cat and a raccoon. Why can't you just let a cat be a cat and a raccoon be a raccoon? Like, what is y'all's problem? And so I don't know, but it's weird. It's like I don't know. Like, do they like maybe when there's like these great minds, when they filter them into these certain schools where they promote science, if they don't start brainwashing some of them to turn them into mad scientists? I don't know, because is it just go hand in hand, and that you're going to be into science, that means that you are crazy and you want to be Dr. Frankenstein or something? I don't know. This is really strange. I agree. They're totally trying to play God. They are trying to be like whatever. It's like whatever God can do, I can do. It's like probably not. It's not gonna work out so well for you. So, um, thanks for the back to your channel later. Subscribe. Oh, nice. So that's nice. We had somebody to talk to for a minute, Crystal. It's me and you, girl. Um, But anyways, I will look up that movie. I'll just send you a link in it. I'll text it to you, that link to that movie, because it was just weird how they show all of that other stuff, and then they add that in, and then right away I start hearing all these people saying that that's going to happen, that they're saying that that's going to happen. Bye. It was nice to meet you. So thanks for coming. Yeah, have a good day. Um, So, yeah, I don't know how long it takes to even like build up on the live thing. So I have no idea. It could just be me and you every day. It's practice. Um, uh, so, anyways, but anyways, I thought it was weird. And then when somebody said, "Oh, and it's even in The Simpsons," so then it's like, oh, crap, it's in The Simpsons thing. That's not good. Thank you, Dwayne. I think that's what it is, Dwayne. Rivet, Rivet, Trivet. Hi, Slider. Um, well, there's some kid who has decided to take it upon himself to go out and he started a GoFundMe, and people are putting money into it. And he's saying he's going to go. It's the money he's going to go and use to do that. So I don't think he's going to. But yeah, it's weird that, some of these people are just so determined. Like, they really think that our life is going to become better without this one person. It's like, there's a lot of fucking bad guys out there, and you're only concerned about this guy? It's like, dang, man. Maybe it's time to start focusing on all of these other bad guys, because there's a lot of them. Which also, I was talking about, can you show? Oh, I have a ton of tattoos. I was talking about that Melissa Gilbert. Isn't that her name? The Little House on the Prairie? Melissa, I think it's Gilbert. Her husband now being charged and whatnot. So, and the other day I said, well, I kind of feel bad for her. I doubt she knew what her husband was doing, and they're trying to, make like she did or something. Well, now she is, she's taken down her social media, and that she, I guess prior to that, she was really kind of harassing some people. And so she was like harassing Megan Kelly. And if Megan Kelly went on and said something, then she would get a part of this harassing her. And then she was also going on and totally ridiculing everything that the Dawn would talk about or whatever. Like, so she does have a little, I don't know. She may not be a super nice person. She may be kind of a jerk. Who knows? Maybe kind of arrogant. Who knows? So crazy because it was like you watch all these people go through things and you don't really know them. And then, watching like her grow up and this wholesome show and stuff. And then I had seen a bunch of her videos the other day. It's kind of like, she's kind of nerdy, kind of felt bad for her, like this is what she's going through. But then, like the dark side, we all got a dark side. And so she, has that all turning, coming to the forefront. But her, yeah, I think there's gonna be more and more charges on her husband too. I think that that's probably just getting started. It seems like because it wasn't even the kids who had made the first report. It was like people on the set of the show, which the show was the cleaning lady, and so it was somebody on the show or somebody that works the show, whatever the backstage people are, that turned him in for saying he was inappropriate. He was touching these kids too weird and doing stuff. But the one started when he was 7, and it's two brothers or something, which made me think, is it like, are they twins? Are they playing one person on this show? Or does that show, I saw that show once. I mean, I might have seen one season, but I know what show they're talking about. And so I don't know if it's like Mary Kate and Ashley, like they're playing one part. And he started doing something to the 7-year-old, and then the other one, he didn't start doing anything for a couple more years. I don't know. So it is the one had the one bad guy has a lot of power though. Which bad guy? Which bad guy? The perv? There's a lot of those guys out there. There's a lot of pervs out there. Um, and then there's like our whole world is kind of built on the perpetrator and the victim, you know? And it's kind of like the light and the dark. And you got to kind of pick, you know? That's why you got to find balance. You got to kind of acknowledge, well, I could be a perpetrator, I could be a victim. So I don't want to be either one. I'm going to pull in and be, find my balance, find my equilibrium, and not go off the deep end. But yeah, it seems like in our dysfunctional society, it's kind of built on these two platforms of perpetrator and victim. And so it's like, eh, it's just weird too, because yeah, you kind of do have, like I said before about there's the narcissist and the victim, but it is kind of like the narcissist. You can be a narcissist to one person, and then to another person, you may be the victim, and they're the narcissist. So, but I think in the perpetrator victim roles, that it would be like you kind of are kind of more locked in if you're a perpetrator, if you are the one who is what is that called, a predator. So if you're a predator, you're kind of a predator. And then if you are the the food. Ooh, did you see have you seen the video of the leg? Oh my God. This is another video that's on TikTok that keeps going around. So more people talking about the guy who went in because he just had some little accident supposedly, and that they realize that kids become actors. Oh, I know. It is very much. But so the one guy who the construction worker guy you were talking about the other day, who escaped, and then he said, he runs to the police, they're trying to steal my organ, which he has no it's like, an orphan or something. That's the big problem. If you don't have anybody to claim you, you are up to them, you are fair game. It's like nobody cares about them, we'll take them. And so the but I mean, I have been saying for a long time that that's our big problem in this big industry out here, is the body parts, right? And so but now it was a guy in a meat in a meat department, and he was showing the meat, and he shows us one thing. He's like, I swear to God, that looks like a leg. And so everybody, starts being like, people start showing this video, like, this looks like a leg. This looks like a leg. And so the there's a video of somebody saying something to the market guy, which it seems like, I don't know what they like spoke English, but I don't know that it was in America. I don't know where it was. But anyways, so the guy starts saying, that looks like a leg. And the guy behind the counter said, yeah, it's Pakistan. It's like, what? So you're just saying, like, yeah, it's a guy from Pakistan. It's pretty good stuff. Just go ahead. We called him Joe. He tastes pretty good. It's like, oh my God. If you see the video, it is 100%. And all these people were like, what animal would have a bone that looks a leg like that looks like this? It doesn't look like anything other than a human leg. It 100% looks like a human leg. And so now look at the guy behind the counter is like, yeah, it's from Pakistan. It's like, oh my God, damn. Like, danger. Everything is so dangerous out there. I'm just joining, I'm working, but I want to say hi. Hey. Hey Amy, hi. So it's nice to see you, Amy. I talked to you all day at the I always talk to you on the TikTok too. But anyways, I'm glad that you got to have time to come in and say hey. It's me and Crystal. A lot of the just hanging, hanging out for the day. So that would be if I was going to have two moderators, it would probably be Amy would be the other. But Amy has to work too. So, but yeah, I think Amy and I think you guys would like each other. So, uh, but yeah, Amy's always working. Um, uh, it took me a second to, and then it kind of threw me. So I'm glad Amy got to come and say, hey, you get off in another 45. Oh, you do? I don't even know. We've already been doing this for almost 40 minutes. So, oh, it's already 1:40. So, I don't know that we'd be doing it for another 45 minutes. But, I mean, I think as it grows more, I don't know what it takes to grow. Maybe it's just to consistently keep doing it and then more people see it and stuff. Because I think the other time when I did it, because I did like 3 or 4 videos live, maybe 5 or 6, I don't know. But it was, I think it was in the morning, and there was more people I think there was more people who joined. And then on TikTok live, there's usually, I think when I was doing my TikTok live, there was like, I think it was 1,000 or 2,000 people in the thing while I was talking. And so we could still do TikTok live too. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. This has mostly been me and Crystal just hanging here. So yeah, it was gross. And when you see it, did you, if Amy, if you're still out there, have you seen that video? I think maybe you could have been the one who sent it to me, or I could have sent it to you. But the one with the leg, at the butcher thing, because I just saw another one today where, because I keep seeing this girl talking about it, and she said, and then there's a video of the guy behind the counter saying it's Pakistan. It's so disgusting. You have a doctor appointment Thursday at 1:30, so it could be great if Amy could admin if she's not working. Oh yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, the leg definitely looked human. I know, it's so disgusting. Did you see the video where it says that it's uh where the guy says it's Pakistan? It's like, what in the world? Is that how they're gonna start like marketing? Oh yeah, that's an American. Oh yeah, that one, that's German meat. That's like, oh my God, these people. Like it's so warped. I don't even know. Like if he was just misunderstood and he was just saying, yeah, it's meat from Pakistan, or if it's a guy from Pakistan's leg. It's gross. I'll send it to you, Crystal, if I because I maybe haven't sent it to you. Because it's because you're on TikTok now, right? Because that is like Amy and I send videos to each other all the time. I'm Monday through Friday this week. Well, Thursday, we could either do it at a different time, Crystal, or we can always skip Thursday. We don't have to do it. I mean, we can just do it a different day. We don't have to do it that day. We can work around your schedule. It's like they are purposely getting this in the open so people. I know, that's what it seems like to me, that things can't be hidden. So things keep being shown that to get like people to see and to talk about it, because then the more people talk about it, the more it doesn't seem so crazy, because there's so many people who think so much stuff is, oh, that's crazy, that's crazy. It's like, no, I mean, because I've told people, like when I saw that movie, it was the same thing when I saw Soylent Green when I was a kid. That disturbed the fuck out of me, just like this Moon movie the other day. That and when I saw it, I was like, they're gonna do that. But people are gonna be eating people. I knew it. I knew it. When I saw it, and that was way back like in the 70s or something. And then here we are. But it's been going on longer. They have been eating people for a long time. And so yeah, so I do think that it is a part of like disclosure or something. Get people to start seeing and recognizing all of this disturbing stuff, because I've told so many people, you're eating soy and grain. Don't go there and eat. Don't get that. Don't do that. Don't eat that. And then people are, oh, don't be silly. You're so crazy. It's like, okay, well, you're gonna find out. And I think when people find out what they've been eating, they're gonna have a hard time. I think they're gonna be real. Like, I think we're gonna have a lot of people who are gonna be really nauseous. Like they're gonna be like, "Oh, don't talk about it." Like, but the ones that scare me are the ones who are like, "Well, it's good." It's like, "Oh, don't be looking over here at me," because I think that there is gonna be some people who are gonna be like that. Maybe that's the 40 million that fall. You know. Maybe that's the ones that disappear, that go away, is the people who want to eat other people. It's like, so I don't know. Yeah, freaking Ruthie, she is so freaking wild. That was Stella who just snorts. But Ruthie, she ate another goddamn phone cord. She is the wildest. And I had to leave to go get Stella's medicine. And then I come back and she just goes crazy. She just goes so insane to jump on me. I gotta go. I'm gonna work with her again. I see your 11-year-old daughter books. I gotta squeeze down here. Are now discussing the world shutting down and the characters' reactions. It's crazy how they are preparing. Yeah, it does. It does seem like they're like putting it into our minds. But then it's like it seems so easy to me. If there was really gonna be this gravitational pull, electromagnetic force, whatever the hell it's going to be, that it seems so easy to prepare people. But for them to just come up with a date and time and then just say, oh, well, we're not going to tell anybody, then because it will scare them, it's like, then do you really not know the day and time? Because if you really knew the day and time and you knew exactly when the 7 seconds was coming, it seems like it'd be pretty easy for everybody to prepare themselves. Like everybody, get a seatbelt or get a rope and tie yourself to a tree or something. Like it's very strange. And so, yeah, Ruthie is a little crazy monster. So yeah, she is. The thing is, with her, is I just didn't realize that this breed was so motherfucking hyper. Like, god damn, she is hyper. She is just like impulsive. She just go, 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 go. She doesn't have an off switch. She just is on fire all the time. The only reason she's resting right now is because Stella wanted more medicine. And anytime Stella has medicine, Ruthie thinks she's missing out if she doesn't get any. But it always is like kind of nice because she just takes a little nap. It gives me some peace because otherwise she is just on me. She's like Velcroed to me all the time. And then she's always wanting to just like sniff me. She's just sniffing me, sniffing me, sniffing me. And it's like, dude, God, that's too much for me. It's overstimulating my fucking brain. I can't handle it. And so 2 years old seems to be, I hope. What was your brother's, how old was, because I remember you saying like how rowdy a puppy, and that was a pit bull, right? So how long was that? Because I don't know what I don't know why I'm thinking like is it gonna be like 4 years of her just being rowdy? I hope 2 years is all. Yeah, and I saw a video of little tiny bullies and babies. And I was like, I wish I would have been able to have her when she was really little tiny, because then I would still have that kind of, but she came in as a little terror. Yeah, at 2 when at 2 is when he calmed. So maybe she will. Hopefully, hopefully she's gonna calm down more. Then we're gonna start the training on the 20th. And doesn't it seem like every day this going faster and faster? And I've seen so many more people saying something big is coming. I just feel it. Something's coming. Something big's about to happen. It's so crazy because it's like, who knows what it's gonna be. The one lady, the Nibiru follower lady who knows all those maps and goes out and she does lives all the time and shows the sky, and then we'll show like the map and stuff of what it is that we're actually looking at. And she'll comment a lot on my videos and stuff, and she'll send pictures. And to me, it's like, what if all of a sudden the sky changes and we see the truth with the sky, and it's all of a sudden all of these different ones? It's ridiculous how fast it is. Yeah, I swear to God, some of these days are going so fast. It's like the 13th. Today's the 13th. I was like, gosh dang, it seems like on the 12th, I thought, did I skip the 11th? How did the 11th go so fast? And then it's the 13th, and then it's like, oh my God, how did the 12th go so fast? It's like and it's like no matter what you want to get done that day, you cannot get everything done. It's like you're zooming from here to there and trying to get this done and trying to get that done. And it's like, gosh, I can't believe how time is really just going so much faster. I think it's so funny. It's me and you in here just chatting away. But yeah, it does definitely, as time is going super fast. And it's intense. It's like go in there to try and work on her. And in my fantasy mind, I was like, okay, well, I'll go work with her for an hour. For one thing, it's still in the 20s. It's so fucking cold here. It's so frigid. And it feels colder than 20 to me. It's so fucking cold. And it's wet. And this fog and the ice. And so it's like I'm a wuss. I do not want to just go outside and like throw the ball and do stuff. So I've been doing the training stuff in the garage, and we're getting like 10 or 15 minutes in, and I'm like, okay, that's good. It's like I've got so much to do. It seems like you can't get everything done. Go pick up one's fuel. So see, yeah, that's what I figure. Probably once we start doing it all the time, because I'm sure, like even Sloan, I think the first time I saw her, there was only like a few people, and then her thing built up, and she started having lots of people when she would go live, and she was going live every day. There for a while. I don't know if she does anymore. And then David Wilcock. But back before, when David was going live, there was like, especially when he was married, there was like 25, 30,000 people in those lives. And then now, the other day when I saw him live and it said 2,000 people watching, I was like, oh my God, I bet he's disappointing, because he was like really had so many people in his lives there for a while. So, but a lot of times, though, one thing, because another girl and I would go on and we would watch his lives and stuff a while, like way back. And then it started being like, it's kind of like he just keeps saying the same thing every day. So every day it would be like he would be telling stuff. So if you had already seen it, then it was kind of like, well, I already know this stuff because you already talked about it. And so I don't know, at this point, if he's telling new stuff or whatever. When I stopped watching, he was just, I don't know, he was talking about his book and he's Edgar Casey reincarnated. There's a lot of guys who think they're Edgar Casey reincarnated. That's for sure. So, yeah. But we don't have to. So we're at 50 minutes. So I don't know, we could go like 10 more minutes, go 1 to 2. And then, what do you think? Poor guy has really gotten off his path. He's really down. A lot of people don't want to see that constantly. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I swear to God, to me, it's like his ego kind of got in his own way because and I always wonder, what happened with him and Laura Eisenhower and Corey Good. And even Jordan Sather, he seemed to be involved somehow. It was during that making of that documentary, I think. And then, and lately I've seen Jordan Sather, all of a sudden his videos picking back up. And I was like, oh my gosh, I bet he really feels like he went a step backwards. Like, I think he thought like, oh, he's taken off. He got to be in that documentary. He was getting acknowledged. And then, and I don't remember what his thing was. Was his deal that he was talking about all the time was flat earth at the time? I don't remember. But then, she's on the move. Oh, yeah. And another thing Ruthie did besides eat my phone cord this morning, she broke my other thing, the one that I just got, but they're also broken and cheap. So I had to get out the old one. But she ate the wires on that too. Um, she's just a little hellion, I'm telling you. But yeah, now I saw Jordan Sather's just back trying to like rebuild his following, his platform or whatever. Like he it seemed like he was kind of disappeared for a while. But yeah, it used to be when Corey Good and David Wilcock were together, like and they would talk. But I don't know what the hell happened because even when he was with his wife, but when I was watching his lives and he was with his wife, he was very talked down to her. Like I think, and he was so much like, get the camera over here. Okay, come up there. Get this camera, that camera. It's like, dude, I mean, I don't know. He just kind of takes himself a little serious. You know what I mean? Ruthie is a wild child. God. And she is a lot. It's like, oh, you were right, man. Like, you were right. Like, what was I thinking? But I'm sure, at some point I'm going to be like, oh, she's the greatest. I'm so glad. But yeah, it's like, it ends up being a lot of stuff like, oh my God, and I gotta go do training. And I've got to be in there training her all the time. Like, things were peaceful. Like, there was no fighting well, sometimes Archie would harass Max, but it wasn't too violent. I mean, they were both pretty small. But now, Ruthie wants to get involved. And I don't think, I mean, she definitely, when she was going after Archie the other day, she's definitely seemed like, you know, pissed. And but I don't know, that she's out to viciously try and murder. So I don't know, but she definitely is big, and she's gonna get bigger. And so yeah, her trying to get Archie is not pretty. Everything happens for a yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's just so you can see how stupid you are, how impulsive you are. That's one thing is like I always had like impulse problems. Tell a horror story. Ooh, what is there a horror story about? The guy who just was busted, the guy he's got 500 charges on him. The guy who was going into the cemetery and stuff and taking all those bodies. But what's creepy about it, this is like, I just heard this today because I didn't know what he was doing with them. He was selling that shit online. And then I don't know. I mean, it just adds into the eeriness a little bit that he used to work at Hot Topic. Because usually, if you've ever been in Hot Topic, you go in Hot Topic and there are all these goths and stuff. And you find out, oh yeah, this one's a grave robber too. And it is a little bit like, oh. But also he was in a band. So, and then oh yeah, and the money he was making off selling all of these dead body parts online, he was starting an LLC, starting a business, and he was going to, in his business, I think, map out like parts of the brain. I don't know. Like he's doing his own little science shit, his own little Dr. Frankenstein lab he's got going. He's just over there robbing the graves, and then I guess he's not thinking that they're gonna notice. And even when because some of them were those building things, what are they, not coliseums, what are they called? Um, who knows what they were called? Um, the the Hot Topic sounds about, yeah, I know. Um, those mausoleums. So some of them were mausoleums, and he was going into them, and then he was lowering branches down to climb down into them because the bodies were down deep, and so he was digging them up and everything. But like, I don't know. It's like, dude, did you think they weren't going to notice? Because that's how he got caught, was a sting operator, because they knew somebody was going in and doing this. And so then they go in and start watching, and they catch him. And then he has stuff on him when they catch him. And then they go to his house and it's full of stuff. Now they've found on his computer and stuff, like he had a market going. Like, I don't know, it was an Etsy market. It was probably the dark web market. But still, and it's like eerie. That's eerie, you know? And not all of them were a long time ago. I mean, there was fresh bodies being buried there, which still seems a little better that they were burying them and not just serving them up in, McDonald's and shit. Um, he was dedicated to getting body parts. And I know. And then selling them, like, there's actually people out there, and I had seen about this before this guy got busted. And I don't remember if it was that Harvard guy who was selling them, but somebody who was selling them, and then I'm pretty sure it was the Harvard guy that was selling them. And that's when I was like, oh my God, he's selling them online, because there's people who buy it. Like, I don't know. Like, why would we go online and be like, yeah, I'm gonna buy. I mean, the skull thing, I think, you can kind of be like, oh yeah, there's probably a lot. But really, do you really want to have somebody's skull? And did you think that might be some, like, I don't know, some dark energy going with that, to keep somebody's skull in your house? And but they're selling all these types of bones and stuff. Yeah, I know. What do they do with them? Who buys this shit? Yeah, I mean, you got more than one person selling it. Like, this guy is like, obviously, people are like, oh, well, you make some money. And this guy's been doing it a while. The guy, the professor, the whatever, that guy who was doing it too, he had been doing it for a while. And he worked like in the body department or something, the morgue department or something. Yeah. Oh, yeah, true. So the people buying them, good point. Yeah, the people buying them could be the people who use it for black magic. Because there is a lot of people who do the dark arts, to try and get power and stuff. Which to me is like I've talked about before. If you're going to be drawing your power from the dark entities and stuff, they're debt collectors. Like, we go with the light. They're not going to come trying to collect a debt. The dark, though, yeah, you owe them. So yeah, I wouldn't be doing them black magic. Yeah. Yeah, that totally does make sense. That there would be people out there who are using it for hexing and stuff like that, grinding up bones and stuff. But yeah, it's really creepy. And then I saw another thing too. It was a couple months ago. It was before this guy got busted, and it was a woman. I can't remember if it was her store got busted, but she was a store or something that sold weird things. And they were checking on some of her stuff because she would have like a cat skull and stuff like that. And she was selling all of these weird things. It's just like, man, what? So yeah, I don't know why uh why would you want a cat skull? Like my brother has a couple of little skulls in there of ones that he's found on the property. And then I know like all of those big steer skulls and stuff like that, those are real expensive. I mean, those are real, you know. So and I had one. I had one of those way back in the 80s. A boyfriend had got it for me and I thought it was the coolest thing. And I had it hanging on the wall, and it was a couple $100 back then. And then, I when I got with my husband, then he didn't want stuff from my old boyfriend, so I gave it to my brother, who was friends with him. And so when he came over, he saw it and he took it back from my brother. But I thought it was super cool. But then my neighbor, she had some of those, and she said that they were from her because they had moved from Kansas from a farm, and they said that um, that the skulls they had, they were from the animals dying on the farm. And yeah, the ones here, there's two of them that he found out there, and not like a domestic cat, some kind of other kind of I don't know. I'll have to if I had them in here, but they're way out there. I would show you, but yeah, it was two. Maybe one of them. I don't remember if I'm even picturing him right, but there was two skulls that I saw out there, and he told me that yeah, he found him out here when he was clearing the property. So I don't think it was a kitty cat, not like a kitty cat. Hey, from Australia. Hey, what time is it in Australia right now? Is it so? It's more morning. You guys are just getting up, right? Are you guys just getting up on the 14th, isn't it? You're a good storyteller. Thanks. Um, I do a lot of talking. I'm a blabbermouth. It's 8 in the morning on the 14th, because it's the 14th there, right? It's tomorrow for you guys, or is it this morning? Because it's the 13th here in America. Now I'm curious, like, what is those skulls? I know it wasn't like a kitty cat. It was like maybe like a deer is one of them. I don't know. Um, in Melbourne, it's the 14th at 8 a.m. How is it? What is going on there? Is anything like what is y'all's skies? Are you guys having really crazy things? Because I've seen some videos of people saying you guys have had some like I don't know if they're motherships or a bunch of stuff up in your skies and stuff. Have you been seeing stuff? Hey, Penny Bear. Oh, Penny Bow. Penny Bow Bells. Philip has and so Melbourne, that's not very close to Bondi, is it? You haven't seen anything? Because whenever you see people who are doing videos over in other places and you don't know for sure, I wonder if they're for real and stuff. Because some of the ones that you see that people show from other places in the world, there's some crazy, crazy stuff in the sky. It was like, man, are they really seeing this? Or is this, they're just saying it? And then, how do we know if we're not over there? Because I saw one the other day. It was like, I don't remember where it was, but it was crazy. It made it look like It was something with the sun, but it was like three ginormous suns or something. The way it was, I don't know. I don't know. I think there's weird stuff going on in the sky. So there's no telling. And I keep on wondering if it is going to be something big that's going to happen in the sky that's all of a sudden going to, I don't know, bring us all together, wake everybody up, to get everybody to really realize like that they are, living in a supernatural world that is being controlled by these other beings. So I don't know, because especially if you watch that Nibiru, the one lady that I see all the time that has all of those maps from that guy that had done so showing these different solar systems or whatever, these different atmospheres coming in together. And so when you go out, you look and you see, and it's like you got this one clouds going this direction, and then you have this other one over here with this weird circle, and they're going this way, and then you have these weird lines and stuff. That's all on these maps that show like these are other places coming in to like join into our place, and it's wild. Which I saw, there's another guy who I've seen, and he's doing all of the map of the lands that are outside of the ice wall. And so he's showing all of that and where different beings are from. Oh, still is pushing on my thing. So Benny, where are you at? Or Penny, is it? I gotta try and look down here and see. Penny, where are you? Where your sky is filled? I too wonder this. If it's orchestrated though, by the yeah, because are they gonna do this like whatever that is where people kept saying they're gonna do this fake alien invasion stuff. Everything here feels surreal. Oh yeah, everything feels so crazy. And the earth has soul library and everything. Everything does feel weird, and so many more people are noticing. You're in Victoria, so you're in Canada. Oh, is it? Are you talking about you're in Canada, right? Because I saw a line where they're saying that Canadians are lining up to sign on to some something that they want to sign on to be become in the Americas. So is that because, like I said, like when you hear things from other countries and stuff, then you don't know if they're telling the truth. But like there was this whole long line somebody was videotaping. Oh, Victoria's in Australia. Okay. I'm in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So you are seeing lots of things over there in your thing, and you can just feel like the world is feeling so I don't know. Like a lot of people keep saying like it feels like you feel this tension building. You feel like this like anxiousness, but it's not like you have no reason to feel anxious. So it's like but to me it's almost like this like a nervousness of or an excitement that is like the when you're a kid, the build up to Christmas, where it's like, oh my God, Christmas is so close, and you start getting really excited. It feels kind of like that kind of tension. Belgium, hey, what are you seeing over in Belgium in your skies? What have you been seeing? You been seeing a lot of crazy stuff? There's so much tension. Yeah, that's what it seems like. So many more people who feel energy and are more spiritual and stuff. That's why I keep seeing them. Like they feel like there's so much tension. There's something big and it's making them feel really tense. Even those people where I see all these people doing the Schumann resonance, that they all are saying the same thing. They're like the Schumann's been really wacky too. So, yeah, what is going on in Belgium? Have you guys been seeing lots of crazy stuff in your sky? And I do wonder though if, and it isn't it weird how we have all of these places and we all are sharing the same names? Because there is like Victoria in Canada. And then, but I saw somebody who was just talking about the United States is really where I think where the Bible, like I don't know, the oldest place is supposed to be the United States or something. And then the guy was talking about the stories match more for the kind of trees that they use and the kind of all this stuff. And he was showing like all of the different places of where they really are. So Babylon is like over kind of like by where Ohio is or something. And Utah is it's I don't even remember all the different things. Like the original Jerusalem or something. The the original, I don't know. But I've seen so many different people talking about like that. And the thing is when they were doing all that stuff that was going on in Ohio and I was seeing all of the names of the cities over there, I was like, why would they name the cities that? Like that is weird. Why do we keep having like what do we just recycling places? Like we keep on naming, oh, everybody's got a Rome, everybody's got a all these different places. It just doesn't like a Jordan, like I don't know. And and I don't know if this is old as there's I mean this guy's video was good. He did have a lot of good information about the oh, you guys have a ton of chemtrails. Is everybody getting sick? I have one of my daughters is super, super sick. If you could have dinner with anyone in the world, dead or alive, who would it be? Oh, I answered this. I actually answered this a few years ago because I said I would be Jim Carrey. Um, because he was like one of the more awake people back, and then everybody thought he seemed so crazy. But yeah, I said that about years ago. Um, but so probably still the same person. Cause I don't know, like who would you want to go and have dinner with? Of all of the people, if you could go talk to anybody who is alive or dead, like I don't know. I mean, really, we're kind of all dead. Like we're not really alive. We think we're alive, but like I don't know. That's funny though that you asked that. So people are getting sick over there. 100%. Your mom? Oh, you would like to talk to your mom? Is that did your mom, yeah, leave you at a young age? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking, well, would I really want to go talk to my grandpa? But I kind of feel like I feel like he's around still. Like I feel like he still is talking to me. I'd have dinner with my soul subconscious. Oh, and ask if there's something I really need to learn right now. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Is it's like it's so easy to feel like, am I on track? Am I supposed to like am I learning what I'm supposed to be learning? Am I not learning? Is there something I need to be paying attention to? I'm not paying attention to. Yeah, I just saw something today. Somebody talking something about Oklahoma. Whenever I hear somebody talking about Oklahoma, I always think, I wonder if Crystal's seen this. I think it was somebody being busted. Something happening about probably a perv. Some perv getting busted. But the okay. That is which thing is interesting? Yes, I am single. I've been single since my last bad relationship. So I was like I went single I think in 26 well, I think 2015 or 2016. And then I went single. Your brother's name is Zen. Oh, that's kind of a cool name, Zen. Does he represent Zen? Oh, look at this. Your brother's name is Zen, and we got a spider Zen. There's more than one Zen out there. Is this your brother? Is Spider your brother, Penny? No. I can see like when it is when you're live and you're trying to be in the conversation. Hi, how you're doing? Well, thank you, Jupiteria. Hope you're doing well and staying at. I'm not at my mom's anymore. I'm in Idaho. Now, I left in October. I left for my mom's. Got out of the garage and into the big workshop. But at least in this workshop, there's a room with this insulation. So I'm not in the tent anymore. But it is, you know what one thing is over where my cabin was, I really like, hey, from Maine, um, I'm doing good. That over on the coast where I was living, where my cabin was, I really, really did like that. I mean, there was lots and lots of spiders, and the trees were creepy when it was be windy. The trees, like you didn't want them falling on your house and stuff. But it is so pretty over there. It is really, really pretty. So the thing over here, like Spokane is pretty, but it's different than the West Coast. So the East Coast of Washington State's different than the West Coast. But then come down here in southern Idaho, and it's like, man, I don't know, there's like less trees. So there's my brother's gonna plant a bunch of trees, but yeah, there's like lots of just like a field with not a lot of trees. And I really like all the trees. I like being in the forest. I really did like that kind of thing. That's my favorite channel. Hang on. I gotta fly. Bye. Bye, Penny. Hope to see you again. Um, Blessings. Uh, so, so, but I do find that I do really like foresty. What is it by you, Crystal? Do you guys have a lot of trees, or is it kind of flat out over there in Oklahoma where you're at? That's the one thing I just I like being on the river, but it's like, fuck, I really like all the trees. My perfect ideal, I think it would be the trees and the river. Like I would like to be around a river, but I would like it to have a lot of trees. I like it. I like like in Louisiana, how like it goes by the water and then but I don't like the alligators. But I like the way that the willows and stuff, even in Spokane along the river, there would be willows hanging down. But still, I don't know, it was cooler in Louisiana than, maybe it's because it's more narrow or something on some of the parts. But yeah, I like the trees and the river, not just like no trees and the river. Like I like the river, but I don't like that there's not a lot of trees. And and then my brother had said that that is one reason why there's so much wind because there's not enough trees. So I don't know, because it can get windy as can be. So, how long have we been on here now? Ooh, we've been here almost an hour and a half. Should we should we be going, Crystal? I don't know if there's anything anybody wants me to talk about. The dogs are starting to get up. Sally keeps pushing up on my thing. So everybody's got to be right on top of me all the time. I am like I don't know, whatever, some neurodivergent, autistic kind of like I don't like to be overstimulated all the time. I don't like to be touched every second. I like to have like a little bit of space. I like to have time to regroup, to be able to think for myself. I don't like something to be like on me all the time. It just like overwhelms me. It like shorts me out or something. And then here I am with 4 dogs who want to be on me all the time. It's like, oh my lord. So, anyways, and it's so cold here. It's still cold today. I mean, at this time, it's not getting warmer. And the warmest it's supposed to even be, like it's supposed to get like to 40. It's like that is, and not today. Today's only in the 30s. It was the high. But tomorrow, supposedly, it's going to be 40 and sunny. So, I don't know. We'll see. And you know what's crazy, too, is how crap our sky becomes. And you don't even see them up there, all the time. It's like you can go out and you'll see like one line being made. It's like, I mean, it's just all at night that they're setting it up for the daytime. I don't know. Because we definitely have pink as fuck. Our skies are so pink and orange. There's so much pink and orange. But then there's also a lot of this where it's like a bunch of skies that don't match, a bunch of clouds that don't match, a bunch of clouds going in directions that are all going in different directions. There's some that seem like they're being sucked to the ground. Which seems like to me this electromagnetic pull, which definitely seems like more than this anti-gravity, which it could be that collider thing like that guy said, but it definitely seems like some kind of electromagnetic shift, and it very well could be that it starts pulling. So in that they don't want us to know, like we're going to suddenly start getting pulled, and not just like floating, but something that starts pulling you. And that would make sense too if you were being pulled, why it would be so dangerous to be 7 seconds in and, well, 6 seconds, because it's supposed to be 6 seconds in, and then the last second you fall. So the, because you'd think if it really was just gravity and it just went loose and then you start floating, it seems like, well, you would just kind of float real slow. It wouldn't be that bad. But to be going up real quick, that seems more like a pulling. But when I see some of these clouds out here, it seems like they're being pulled down to the ground. It seems like something is sucking, like something with a vacuum is pulling part of them, and they start like going down and start pulling this. It's weird. So I don't know. That's the thing, is it seems like there's just a real disruption in our electromagnetic atmosphere or something. Like something is off, and then it's going to become more clear in some kind of dramatic situation, which like, dang, man. So now we got the fucking all these earthquakes and floods and the loss of all this land that's supposed to happen all over the place. But then also now on top of it, we're going to start floating up in the sky and fall. It's like, dang, man. You got to really tell yourself all the time, nothing can happen to me. Nothing can happen to me. Like, even if I die in this world, I just pop out of my body and go to the next one. There's nothing that I need to be concerned about. But man, there is like, and you know, maybe the whole thing is like, it is like a dramatic story that they're trying to spread so that we all become really fearful because they want us always to be building up that tension as they live off the tension, but we spread it like a disease, and then everybody starts getting scared over something that we don't need to be scared about. Because even if you were, but you know what's weird too is how many of us had those dreams as kids. I was just talking about this the other day, and because somebody was talking about their dream as a kid, and they were I don't even know why, it's all just like going together, but that they started talking about that they were going up in the air and they fell, and this was the other day. This wasn't anything about those people that I saw today. This was the other day that a girl was just talking about that and something about her dream. And so I said, it's weird because what if some of the people who, because I knew lots of people, lots of kids, everybody had the falling dream. It's like we all were having the falling dream. It's like, I wonder if some of the people who had the falling dream, or maybe all of the people who had the falling dream, if it was like the precursor to something that was going to happen in our future timeline. And we're all going to experience this fall situation. It's only some people are going to have a worse fall than others. And that and we all dreamt about it when we were kids or something. I don't know. I don't know. There's lots of weird stuff. This place is just so different than what people think it is. And then it is like a challenge to keep yourself centered and know, like, no matter what happens, you're going to be okay. Nothing can really hurt you. Nobody really dies. The people who are passed on out of this reality are still around you. You can still talk to them, and they hang out with you. The thing is a lot of people just haven't learned to trust what they hear. But I've talked to people before who had people pass, and then they start saying, yeah, I know that they're around. I can sense them, I can feel them, I can tell, you can just tell. It's weird because you can just tell. And then another thing too that will happen is sometimes like a song will suddenly come on and it's their favorite song, and then all of a sudden you just feel their presence around you, or there's different things. And so yeah, people do they don't really leave you. They're always kind of hanging out by you. And so, yeah, even for the one person who was like, well, I would like to talk to my mom. Well, I'm telling you, you could be talking to her all the time, and she would be right there. She would be listening. Then, I mean, it's not the same kind of feeling that you get if you're sitting there talking, and then there is a lot of trust that you have to build in yourself, in your communication, to be able to be like, no, I'm not imagining this, she's really saying this. So it is a practice, really. I think practicing your communication and trusting yourself. So but I do 100% believe that people are around you even after they're gone. They don't leave you, so I totally feel like that they're with you. So anyways, are you there, Crystal? Should we call it a day? Is there anybody else who wants to comment or say anything or ask anything? Yeah, it's still going. But we've been going an hour and a half now. And I think that was our goal. But we will, well, Thursday, I don't think we're going to be going at the same time. So, but but we'll see. Maybe we'll switch it to Friday or something. I got to talk to Crystal. Okay, well, I guess that we will, I don't know where Crystal went. So maybe she got a call. Maybe she got, something happened. So, anyways, I guess we will go. And, but I'll be back in the morning. I'm not going to be back live. I'll just do my regular video and just post it. But then, we will start doing this more regularly. And so then we can all like have little meetups and start seeing each other more on the regular and talk to each other about things going on and, you know, things that spook us. Because yeah, it is helpful when you have people who like they all get it too. It's like, yeah, this is spooky. This is kind of crazy, all the things that we're going through. Who knew? Who knew? Like, um, I don't know. It's so fun because I'm 100% believer in that we came here purposefully and we knew what we were getting ourselves into. But then there's such a forgetting that then once you get to the stuff happening and it starts being so spooky, it's like, dang, man. And it's hard, it's hard to imagine that our souls are so like, yeah, I'll do that. Nothing scares me. And then we get down here, it's like, I don't know, it's pretty scary. It's pretty spooky. We got stuff going on in the sky, we got stuff going on in the water, we got stuff going on in the land, we got volcanoes, we got earthquakes, we got friggin' possibilities of floating, we got crazy scientists, we got all sorts of shit going on. It's like, man, it's like dodging bullets all day long. So, anyways, I don't know where Crystal went, but we'll just go ahead and call it a day. So, but I will be back in the morning and I'll talk to you guys later. So, talk to you later. Bye. If I can figure out how to shut it down, I don't even know. Okay, try this.